profile for.
Yeah.
Hey all!
Hello.
It's podcast night. Which means I
Yes.
don't have the alt tab in my freaking notes. But I gotta remember, oh shit, my notes are, nope, not in this browser. So, I actually have to go hunt them down. I did make notes tonight, for tonight, because, I was smart and actually thought of something I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
We've talked about witchy shit the last couple of weeks that we've actually done this. And I'm a witchy yoga instructor. Okay, I am changing that. I'm not using witchy yoga instructor anymore. I came across a book. I've got it on Kindle Unlimited, and it's all about what kind of witch are you. And I have decided I am a yoga witch.
Yep.
My yoga
That
and
you
my
are.
craft are so enmeshed in my life that they are just me. So, I am
Yes.
a yoga witch. And because of this, the last two pods that we have done, the first one we started out pretty much just bullshitting about who we are, me and him. Last week, we were talking about the young witch back on the East Coast that's getting fucked over by the local PD, chief of police, who is a good, God-fearing man, and felt it necessary to let this young witch know that, there are fortune-telling laws on the books in their state. I still need to fucking post that link to the change.org petition. I will try to remember to do that tonight. But there has been something sorely lacking, and that has been the discussion of yoga. So, how does yoga tie into all of this? And, my book is over there. I was doing my yoga yesterday. I finally, gotten around to doing my daily yoga practice. Oh my gosh, I'm such a horrible, autistic ADHD person, neuro-spicy person. Not that there's, many new people watching. I don't think there's anybody new watching, but this is Vanna, our Reiki practitioner. We love Vanna, my soul
Hello.
sister, one of my dearest friends. And Kat here. She's also staff. We haven't quite figured out exactly how she fits into the staff, but she's staff. She started out with one position, but she's kind of gaining more. So she's here to hang out with us too.
I have a business degree.
Yeah, she's the one that actually knows how to fucking run a business. Hey, Ash. So yeah, she's here to hang out since the spawn has other plans. But I started on this yoga witch path when I found this book, Yoga for Witches by Sarah Robinson. You can see I'm kind of into it. I think you can see the bookmark there. But I was doing my yoga yesterday, and I had starting to relax into Shavasana. Which for those of you who are not familiar with yoga, that's where you lay down and basically fall asleep at the end of yoga. Everybody's favorite part. And all of a sudden, my brain went, "Hey, hey, Sankalpa." Sankalpa is a Sanskrit word that basically, when you get down to the root meaning, it means seed or intention. Now, for those of you who know magical stuff, what is magic? Magic is intent, intention. Sankalpa, intention. I'm seeing a link here. So, I'm like, hey. And then, Dai being the good girl that she is. Hello, furry overlord. You're about to be attacked. Luna has to be a part of
I
this.
have the cat.
I did some googling, and it's that time of year as well. Everybody's setting their New Year's resolutions, and most New Year's resolutions start with two words: "I will." I will do this year. I will train for a marathon. I will lose 50 pounds. I will stop smoking. I will whatever. Okay, most people by the middle of January have stopped. We summon our willpower and pledge to change not just what we do, but who we are. And that alone doesn't sit right with me, personally. And we also we imagine how happy we're gonna be, when we make these grandiose changes and when we get what we want. But if there's one little thing that yoga teaches us, it's that there is a huge world of difference between I will and thy will.
Are you trying to find a comfortable spot on my boobs?
Oh, good luck.
Absolutely.
Most New Year's resolutions,
Found it.
most New Year's resolutions
Give him a moment.
from, your ego and the conditioning that
And the egos of
not
others
okay.
around you.
Yes. And they usually fail because they spring from that assumption that who you are right now isn't good enough, and they reinforce those beliefs that your happiness depends on acquiring. So the traditions of yoga offers a really cool alternative to a New Year's resolution, and that is the practice of sankalpa or resolve. And this practice starts from, hey, you guys, be nice to your brother.
Luna? Luna, sweetie? No.
This springs from the premise that you already are who you need to be to fulfill your dharma or your life's purpose. All you need to do now is to focus your mind and connect with your innermost heartfelt desires. And I love that. And there are two forms of sankalpa: your heartfelt desire, which is a statement that reflects your true nature. My favorite one in that aspect is I am I bring love and kindness to those around me. Or I am whole and healed. Yes, children. Sergeant is deciding he has to play with his brother and sister.
Because why not?
Yes. And then the second form of sankalpa is a specific intention. So, that's more like the stereotypical New Year's resolution. So, that kind of goes with my ideas that I was mentioning last week of setting themes for the month and the year. But the idea of a sankalpa being intention, and the fact that when it comes to magic, you don't need any tool other than your own body and your intention.
When
Because
I was learning the craft, that's pretty much what I was taught you don't need the tools. Those are secondary at best. You have a finger, you have a mind. This can be your resume.
Yep.
Your mind helps you figure out where you want to direct all the energy that you're playing with. So
Yep.
you don't need anything else. Technically, it helps, but it's not necessary.
Yep. All the tools, all they are. Trying to see if there's something I can grab easily. Seriously, I just shut that door. All this is a focal point. It
Mhm.
is a place to focus your energy. It is not required for magic because all
Yeah.
you need is that intention.
You're becoming one with it.
Yes, which, okay, becoming one. Oh god, I have to look. Oh shit, I moved it. Oh my goddess. Okay, there are 8 limbs of yoga. 2 of the limbs are dhyana and dharana. One of them is the focus of meditation, and the other one is being so focused that you become one with the object you are meditating on, and that is what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
So again, that is tying it back into yoga. Magic and yoga, I swear, they go hand in hand in so many ways. How the fuck I did not how the fuck I did not discover this? You know,
Sometimes
20,000
it
years
takes
ago?
another perspective. Sometimes it just
Yeah,
takes someone else, a new set of eyes, a new perspective for you to figure this one out.
yeah,
And that's one of the joys of having this collection of friends and loved ones around us at all times. It gives
yes,
us the opportunity to have this new perspective.
yes. And that chosen family.
Yes.
I will say that because, oh my God. And thank God for the VA. I may bitch about the VA at times, but I will forever be grateful to the VA here in Seattle for helping me find yoga. um, I just the amount of crossover between yoga and witchcraft, um, grounding. You know, how often do witches talk about grounding and centering? It's something we have
All the
to do
time.
on a regular because if we don't, we have no energy because we are going to, lose all of the magical energy. Bleh. Okay, grounding for magic. Grounding before a spell or ceremony can help focus and reduce internal distractions. Grounding after the completion helps return us to a calm state. Grounding for yogis. Feeling grounded is essential both physically and psychologically for a successful yoga practice and any mindful practice. So, I just, oh my gosh, it's hilarious in some ways. Um, Yoga lives and dies by the sun and the moon, sun salutations and moon salutations. Hello, the magic, we pay attention to the phase of the moon, and there are many spells that you want to do either at the sun's first light or the sun's last light. Um, I'm just kind of flipping through the book here. Earth magic, earth elementals, ooh, scent in magic. And where do we think aromatherapy first originated? Hinduism. It came from yoga.
Mhm.
Hello. Just oh hey look, I'm scrolling and I find the word sankalpa. Write a positive affirmation. Sankalpa. on a small piece of paper for a witch bottle. I like it. By the way, this is one of the best books I've ever bought. I'm just, yeah. I will keep re-referencing this one over and over and over.
I like this website. It's saying it's like when you set your Samhoka, it means you're committing to clearly define and focus on your chosen goal. This effectively awakens a giant within, a well-powered, epic warrior goddess of proportions, and the strength of willpower that comes when both of your conscious and unconscious minds are in alignment.
Yes. Which, as you're describing this, my brain is going through the Warrior series from,
Oh yeah.
Warrior 1 to Warrior
Mhm.
2 to Warrior 3. Just,
Oh yeah.
I love it. Which are some of my favorite yoga poses, just because of the way they make you feel.
Yeah.
And it's just, and also taking into consideration yoga, the asana. Okay, going back to yoga is an 8-limbed practice, and to be honest, what 90% of Westerners think of when they hear the word yoga are the poses, which, by the way, are called asana. That is the actual word for it. Asana is the third limb. First 2 limbs are the breath work, which is the second one, pranayama. And for the life of me, the first limb is not coming to mind, which makes me feel like a really shitty yogi. And of course, my phone is hiding from me now. My phone has disappeared. I know it's here somewhere.
I'm sorry, I was hungry.
That doesn't surprise me. Wouldn't be the first time.
Right?
My glasses on. I feel like the world's worst yoga teacher because my brain just went on the 8 limbs. I know the 8 limbs of yoga. 8 limbs? Because I swear to God, this was something that was repeated over and over and over in my teacher training. And my brain is puking on it right now. The yamas, the niyamas, and then asana. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. So basically, the yamas and niyamas are the do's and don'ts, the equivalent. They are the yogic equivalent to the 10 Commandments, okay? So you got your do's, your don'ts, and then the posture. So, and then after the asana comes breath work. Okay. What the asanas were originally intended for were to essentially wear the body out physically enough and work the kinks and twitches and wiggles out. The monks and the Brahmin caste, the Brahmin priests, could literally sit in meditation for hours. So, it was not to be used just as a form of exercise. It was a connection to the divine. And this is, okay, neuro-spicy brain here. This was a way of, my brain is saying, if I build up the energy, because I know myself and I know how I do things, I know that I get going on a good yoga flow, and while, yeah, I'm going to be tired, but it'll also build up some good energy that if I am working towards a spell, hell yeah, I hit that pinnacle pose, and depending on the pose I'm going for, I'm going to be able to release some good energy and hit a high point there. I mean, if I want to do some magic with this, not a problem, girl. If I want to do some magic with this,
I'll be right back.
no worries. I can set it up that I work. I start the slower poses and work up to it, and then say the pinnacle pose be starfish, where I just go and go whee and let it all go. You can. I'm envisioning. Oh my god, I'm going to date myself here, but I'm envisioning Jubilee from the old X-Men cartoons,
Yep.
going whee and throwing it. But yeah, this is going to sound awful, but my brain is saying it's not a whole lot different than working sex magic.
Pretty much.
It's for some people it's the same sort of energy buildup. That's actually a really not inaccurate comparison. Energy is energy. I have not had a Snapple in a couple of months. That tasted way better than it should have.
Man, I'm trying to send you an article, and there. Finally.
You were looking for something in particular, huh?
Yeah, I was looking Messenger. How do I get the Messenger app again?
Yes. But yeah,
Yeah, no, it's still the wrong logo. Sorry.
oh god. Okay. She's on a kick. She's redesigning my logo slightly to add the witchy to it. We're good. Come on, brain. Back up.
So I just sent you about the yoga nidra and about it and Sankopra, which you might want to use in your meditation tomorrow.
This week's meditation, we'll discuss in a few. I have an idea. But come on, okay, there we go. Another way of working magic into yoga, is to effectively. Come on, Di, we can do this. I see pictures all the time when I'm going for graphics for like blog entries and stuff. Is they'll have the studio set up with all of the mats in a circle with the top of the mat facing into the circle. So basically, the instructor is standing in the middle of the circle, and I'm going, "Ooh, that could so easily be turned into a ritual circle. Just put the altar in the middle of the circle, and go from there." And I want to do this so badly. Because Sankalpa is more commonly used with Yoga Nidra, it can be used with regular yoga. But so basically have the mats in that circle, and then depending on how ritualistic you want the magic, the class to be, you can go as far as opening the circle, closing the circle, calling the quarters, setting the intention, i.e., the Sankalpa, do the whole ritual of the spell, of kind of the spell ritual, do your yoga flow, And then as everyone, but this is where my question is. And Ash, if you're still watching, I invite you to throw your 2 cents worth again. Do you then dismiss the quarters and open the circle and then do Shavasana? Or do you do finish the yoga flow and Shavasana and then come out of Shavasana and then close or open the circle, close, and blah blah blah? I would think, personal opinion, having been in that sort of ritual and having taken multiple now yoga classes, I would think that you would dismiss the quarters, open the circle, and then Shavasana. Yes, dear. What did you just find?
A Druid yoga retreat.
Ooh, where is that?
So, do you know where Hood River is?
Yes, I do.
So just across in the Washington side.
I was gonna say, is it on the Oregon side or the Washington?
In the Washington side, there's up in the mountains. There's a little small town called Trout Lake, and they have a temple, a Buddhist temple. So a Buddhist monk and a Druid priest are best friends, and they decided to create a temple in a sanctuary.
Okay, when Vanna gets back, you seriously need to tell her, because Vanna grew up as a Buddhist. I think Vanna would enjoy that.
And so I just found out that I was like, oh, I wonder.
That sounds really fun.
Honestly, in April, it's in April.
Oh my gosh. So, sounds like we may have a family field trip coming up, guys.
Yeah. I don't know how good your car is, but I mean...
Well, I don't know if my car would make it, but we can figure this out. We will figure out how to do this.
You probably will have the...
Well, we've got to pay. We're gonna break even with that, but yeah, we'll figure the finances out by then.
Dude, yeah, come explore what awakening means to each of us. How to access healing growth through yoga, the chakras, meditation, food, and self-reflection.
Behind this idea, what's hilariously funny is the Spawn's bio dad, at least used to claim druidic, which is why I refer to him as my ginger druid. I love it. I like this.
Dude.
But yeah, and that's a whole lot closer than the Kripalu Center. Kripalu's back on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Did you hear? Nope. Gotta have the earbuds in. Okay.
I are back.
Okay. So, you missed something good.
Did I?
Oh, yeah.
So, one of the many places I have visited in my life, it's called the Abbey at Trout Lake, which is basically, you know where Hood River is?
She probably does.
Yeah.
Doesn't. So it's in Washington, but down by like the border of Oregon.
Hold on. Basically, across the river from Robert and Leo. Okay.
Okay.
And so it's basically a Buddhist monk and a Druid priest, they came together and they created a Buddhist temple and a Druid sanctuary. And
nice.
I love it. It's one of my favorite places I ever been to. And I just found that they're doing a yoga wellness retreat in April there.
Hell yeah.
So, family reunion in April?
Definitely. Or at least gonna try. Money's a little tight, but we'll try.
If we can't swing it this year, then maybe we can get in contact with them and say, hey, we got a group of this size, how much, and figure out how to schedule it.
Yep.
Because if we don't do it as a family thing, we could definitely do it as a yoga with Di thing.
Yes.
Which might as well be a family thing.
Okay, they
It
have
already is a family affair, so.
I call Zen Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Sherry has been another soul sister since. Yes, we did get sidetracked.
Who?
Sherry, our other social media person. She hasn't been in the chat much lately, but she has been a
Roger
soul
that.
sister since Derek was a toddler.
Okay.
And then the others are all. Alyssa is a Spoonie sister, and everybody else is family.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. They are literally the only three besides Kat who is not family. And Kat is basically family now, too. I walked into my last shift, and she's like, "Hi, Mom."
Hell yeah. Well, then there you are.
What month were you born?
October.
Yes. They are younger than Nick's. By a few months.
I'm gonna internally just kind of derp about that for a while until I meet you in person. So, just letting you know.
They were my boss, and they're younger than my middle child.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. However,
No, absolutely nothing. I had no problem with that. Mostly. My brain just kind of had the hang
we're,
boss, younger, hey, cool, okay. But yeah, what you missed was me discussing the fact that I have seen pictures of yoga classes set up with the mats in a circle, with the tops of the mats aimed towards the inside of the circle, where the
okay.
instructor is. So basically, you could easily turn this shit into a ritual circle.
Yes.
And instead of, and the instructor basically would be me, high priestess, and yoga instructor at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on just how ritualistic you want to get with your circle, you could go as far as, closing the circle, calling the quarters, lighting, offering the elements like we do in the circle in the backyard. All of it, do your ritual, your spell, all of that. And then comes my question. And I told Ash if he wants to throw his 2 cents worth in, he's more than welcome to. When it comes to the end, do you dismiss the quarters and open the circle and then Shavasana? Or do you put them into Shavasana and then wake everybody up and then dismiss the quarters and close or open the circle? I know my preference. I'm curious yours.
I would probably just close it down before I wake people up.
So you would close it and then put everybody into Shavasana?
Yep.
Okay. Ash, what do you say? I know you're watching. I can see you. By the way, I was talking about your dad today again.
My dad?
Yes.
Not my dad.
No. Your dad is gone. His is still alive for the moment.
Oh, okay.
For the moment.
My ex-father-in-law's had some health problems lately. He's still kicking.
That's what my grandfather says to himself every time he says Sears call.
But yeah, I personally agree. Because energy-wise, you have built all the energy up as you're doing the yoga, and everything's going great. And then, no, I am not removing the spy cameras. I'm keeping track of you. But once you've done the yoga and everything's ready to go, yeah, usually everybody's laying down or sitting or that. by the time you're getting ready to go into Shavasana. But it's still not super difficult to have those who are, doing the quarters to stand back up, give thanks to the watchtowers, and then reopen the circle, go back to their mats, and then put everybody into Shavasana, and then, pass the fuck out for a few minutes. Because personally, having done yoga and having been part of a ritual like that, once you're done with Shavasana, the last thing you want to do is go through the energy of having to go and give thanks to each of the quarters and open the circle back up. Because once you come back up out of Shavasana, all you want to do is just kind of hang out and, take snail time.
Man, that's what I felt like at school. Man, I did when we were doing that.
Yeah.
Like, when we were in the position and the bell rings, I'm like, I don't want to leave.
Exactly. Once you are done with Shavasana, you do not want to do anything else.
You're done.
Yep. Especially if it's been a good class.
Oh, yeah.
And I have been to one really fucking awesome public ritual down in San Diego. Did not at the time realize that the high priest and priestess were basically celebrities in the Wiccan circle.
That's cool.
I own more than one of his books and did not realize that was who it was until I walked into his store. That is true. I am more experienced with yoga. But we did the circle and just, oh my God, the energy that was built up in that circle. Okay, you've done banding, you've done music performances with a group. You know that the fucking palpable energy in the group that's performing during a performance.
And you can definitely tell the difference when the energy is not there.
Yes, but once it's done and that last note is done and the echoes are kind of, and everybody's like, oh. And now nobody wants to,
I have had a few moments.
The afterglow. That's what it's like at the end of a ritual. When you open the circle and close the quarters and all of that, it's much the same feeling because it's that same energetic release.
Yeah.
Man, I think you're familiar with what I'm talking about too.
Do what? Sorry.
Belly dance, which is a similar. It's a performance type of thing.
Yes.
The energy buildup of when you're performing as part of a group. And then at the end of that performance, the end of the climax, and everybody's like, ah! And then the curtain falls, and it's like, ah! And you don't want to do anything afterwards. That's the way it is at the end of a ritual. Yeah.
Okay.
So
it's been a long ass time since I've done anything like that, but yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Trust me. Anybody who's been on any sort of stage, that feeling at the end of a performance is not
one
you ever forget.
Oh no.
I think, and I'm pretty sure he's watching, the closest thing Warren would have to it really would be the lane, the return lane after a race, especially if he won. Just the adrenaline drop.
Yeah.
Because it's just, oh, thank God it's over. And you don't want to do anything afterwards. That's why my thoughts are, if you're doing a yoga ritual, I think that's what I'm going to call it. It's probably what it actually is called, but that's where my brain is going. If you're going to do a yoga ritual and you do the whole close the circle, call the quarters, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Release the quarters and open the circle before you do Shavasana. Because the more I think about it, the more I'm going, yeah, no. unless the people in charge of releasing the quarters and opening the circle are not, involved in the yoga itself, ain't nobody gonna want to do it afterwards.
Nope.
Hey, just thought. But I really do, I do, after yesterday's freaking light bulb moment, it was hilarious. It really was a fucking light bulb. Sankalpa, intention, magic. Remind me to think about this later, guys. Brain, catch up. Come on. Whee! Nope, there were no survivors of that train wreck. Damn it. Okay, the more I think about it, the more I really am seeing how magic and yoga do go hand in hand. And I'm really beginning to understand why and how, despite not realizing this, 15 years ago, why I knew halfway through that first yoga class that this was going to be it for me. Hello, my love. Shaky shakies. It's chilly out there. What's doing? He's a pretty puppy. But yeah, yoga and witchcraft. I did not used to think that they really would mesh. I honestly thought that they were completely separate entities.
Really?
Yeah, I swear. It was not until about a year ago.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't until I first saw this book.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna I'm not sure when it was published, but as far as I know, 2020. So this book came out now 4 years ago, and I only saw it about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. Hello, my love. That it was even a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
She's so confused.
Ooh, it's on Audible.
What's on Audible? This?
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
that's good.
It is.
Good for me.
Yes. Audible is so nice.
I will read that now.
Yeah, you and Warren. Warren has his everything is the same thing. Everything's connected. Everything is the same.
They're all connected.
It all boils down to the theory of Bob. Oh, now she's going to sit and stare at the door because Daddy was just at the door. Let me out. Let me out. But yeah, I guess I knew that there was some kind of connection, but I hadn't fully drawn it. Back probably about 15 or so years ago,
Mhm.
when a dear friend who I have not been in regular contact with in a while, and I am very worried about her, who is a Satanist. Hilarious story behind her.
We love those.
She was into yoga.
Mhm.
And she offhandedly commented that she had been doing some yoga and using it to help work some protective magic.
Mhm.
And that actually did just literally pop into my memory because it didn't click back then.
Mhm.
That, you could mix the two. And here I am now, fucking yay. I'm a telemagicalist.
We love that.
I love that word. I love him. He is such a good kid. He comes up with some of the best shit, I swear. But he stays behind the curtain because that's where he prefers to be.
I mean, there is definitely some magic to be done behind the curtain.
Yes. Yes. And you know him as well as any, and you know that is where he does the best magic. That is his best.
Yeah.
He is the wizard behind the curtain.
Only because I come from that particular arrangement myself, I understand it completely. Only recently did I start coming out from behind the curtain, and it's intimidating out here.
I'm gonna start referring to him as Oz. I really am. He is the great and powerful Oz.
I mean, he is your loved one, so
He is.
do as you
I
please.
absolutely adore him. He is so wonderful. As long as he's been awake for more than an hour and a half. Fucking oh my god, spoonies, man. We have the worst shit in our brains. Oh. Okay. I'm like, my coffee heater is on. Did I finish the coffee and leave the warmer on?
Oh, I need to get that from my grandma.
Oh, dude, that thing. Caffeine is my best friend. That thing has been the
Oh my
best
god.
thing that I have acquired. And it took me, that is the third one I had to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Because the pink one that I really wanted, because, well, pink, it wouldn't fit my coffee mug.
Mm-hmm.
The second one I bought, I don't remember what was wrong with it. And then I found this one, and it's perfect. It's got 2 temperature settings, so if my cup is full, I keep it on the hottest setting, and it keeps it the perfect temperature. And then when I get it down to, there's only this much coffee in the cup,
Mm-hmm.
I drop it down to the lower setting, and it keeps it at the perfect drinkable temperature. I tell you what,
Oh, to my sister.
Siblings, man.
Hello. What's up?
But yeah. Her sister called.
Not that long. Why?
See, she's an oldest. I'm a youngest.
I'm the youngest too.
And
What's
a twin.
up?
And a multiple.
That's true.
Like, did it involve what happened?
Warren made a comment the other night.
Really? Oh, and did the school do anything
God,
I
about it?
can't hear you over her real quick, so. If it would help, go ahead and type it out to me, and that might help better. But it occurs to me, I have a book pertaining to yoga and tantra, ancient practices, not the current understanding of them, but
So Warren made a comment the other night and referenced
okay.
Jason. And I had just been doing something online. And I had just been talking about the fact that you were a twin.
Mm-hmm.
And not 5 minutes later, he said something about Jason. And just started prattling on, and I'm like, wait a minute. Which Jason are you talking about? And he's like, yes, you are the oldest. And what do you mean last? Oh, that's right. Besides your dad. And Warren's like, what do you mean which Jason? And I'm like, Anna's Jason? Anna's Jason? Yeah. Anna's twin? Jason? Oh, what? Vanna is a twin. Vanna's twin brother is Jason. I was
Mm-hmm.
just not too long ago thinking about Vanna and her twin brother is Jason, and now you're talking about our Jason. And he's like,
Yep.
oh, now I see the confusion. Yeah, and then Ash is
And there it
also
is.
a child, which was where some of our conflict, and much like me and him, conflict comes. I, for some reason, only get into relationships with either oldest or onlys. Because the only other relationship I've had with someone who was not an oldest or an only was Spawn's sperm donor. And he and I were unique in the fact that not only were we both youngest, we both had a significant age gap between us and the next oldest.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And I don't know what to think of that relationship because, well, yeah. Everything about that relationship was wrong from the get-go. But hey, I have my child from it. And I have
And
Ash.
that's the positive takeaway.
Yes. I have my child and I have Ash. So hey, I'm not complaining. I have a very good friend out
Exactly.
there. Although, Jesus Christ. That was entertaining too. And I have Donald. We cannot forget Donald, who might be watching. But yeah. How the fuck did I not realize that magic and yoga walk hand in hand?
Again, sometimes it's not obvious to us. It takes someone else to point it out.
Cosmic clue by
In this
4.
case, it is a clue by 4, but it's how it happens sometimes.
Yeah. And there is also the fact that I did have a very specific influence in my life that not only disapproved of my religious preferences, but for some fucked up reason, didn't want me doing yoga either.
That is very interesting.
Yeah. So, go fucking figure. I'm trying very hard not to get off on that particular rant, although that one is right at the forefront of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But, incubator.
Yep. We don't need to go there. This is not the time nor the place.
No! I've been trauma dumping on that enough lately.
Yes, eventually that waterfall has to run dry.
It's
And then we can focus on the better things.
It's finally getting close, which is nice.
Good.
But there's another one starting. But that's besides the point. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Ash is saying we often compartmentalize things, especially when we're first learning about them. He's got a point.
Yes, that is absolutely true.
And despite the fact that I put my feet on the pagan path 27 years ago. Yeah, around about 27 years ago. I have honestly felt like a baby witch.
You mean you're not?
I know, up until about a year ago. I know, right? I
mean, I'm still baby.
yeah, 27 years of practice, but it's never been consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, every day it's a practice.
Certain people destroy my altar.
The way I see it, it's all a practice. We're constantly practicing at it. We may have reached some form of mastery, but that does not make us masters because there's always something new to learn. So we're always going to be the students.
The word master. This is one that's been tickling my brain recently in regards to you.
Why me?
You are, by verbiage, a Reiki master. Master is technically a masculine word, whereas you
Yes.
are a woman.
Yes.
Would that make you a Reiki mistress, or does it not matter?
It
Because
doesn't exactly matter.
my brain, every time I use the word Reiki master with you, screams bloody fucking murder. That's just not right.
Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and entertain this, right? Let's go ahead and entertain this a little bit more. Go ahead and switch that little switch in your head from Reiki Master to Reiki Mistress and go with the first mental image that comes up.
Yeah, I know.
You don't want to mind.
No, you're not wrong.
So,
Sounds like break my bones, but whips and chains excite me.
exactly.
Because I'm pretty sure that's where it came from.
Pretty much. But that's the only reason why I haven't started using Reiki Mistress as opposed to Reiki Master, because I don't have the floggers or the whips or the chains with me, or I probably would.
Oh dear God! Oh God! Oh, that is so fucking hilarious.
I was gonna make a joke. I wonder how many people will pay for that.
They would. They really would. What would be hilarious is up here.
Oh yeah, definitely up here.
In this, conservative ass fucking redneck town.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many people in this conservative ass redneck town would pay to have a woman like Vanna pay Vanna to do that?
To do that.
Uh-huh.
There was a time last time I lived up there. There was a time where I was actually contemplating getting into that type of work, and what
Okay.
I'm going to have to dance very, 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 very gingerly because one of my altars would absolutely come out in all ways, just at the suggestion of it.
Oh yes. Oh yes. I am well aware. Hold on.
So,
I want to tell her something that I'm not sure she is 100% aware of. That I don't want.
am I?
No.
Is this
Okay.
something that
I
I
wasn't
particularly need to know?
I know.
Huh?
Do I need to know what's going on?
I was confirming with her that you are who and what you are, and why I'm dying of
Okay.
laughter over the idea of people in this redneck ass fucking conservative town paying you to be their Reiki mistress. I'm sorry.
Oh, you should probably. Did I ever tell you the story of?
I'm envisioning you in the full leather bun. I can see it is the worst part of it. I really get the fishnets, the knee-high stiletto, thigh-high stiletto.
So when the people of North Bend finally figured out that I was trans, especially because I was working over at Tweets at the time, when they figured out that I am this, they went through the moment of, wait, you're this. Yes. You've been this entire time? Yes. Seriously? Yes. Huh. I like your boobs. Was literally all I got.
Yeah.
It makes more sense now.
She went from being, a thing and an oddity to, oh, we love you anyway. There were one or two people in town who, when they found out her secret, were horrified and, avoided her like the plague. But everybody else was like, oh, cool. We know one now. That was literally, I think she had a couple of people go, oh, I can actually say I know one now.
Yep. And when I first moved over there, and I had to explain who and what I am, it's like, so you're one of these people that I've been hearing all about. It's like, yep. Now let me be an example of this type of person because here's what literally I just want. And if you think
What
about it,
pisses
it's
me.
what everybody wants in the first place.
Yeah, because she was living up. Oh God, poor
Yeah,
Ash. Um, Ash, Vanna is a trans woman. I
and I am out loud and proud, and depending on who's out at the time, I might actually don those stiletto heels and the fishnets just to make a scene.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I felt so bad the other day.
Oh.
Because someone was on the call and they were looking for heels, and you can obviously tell, but they had a really bad stutter. And then I felt, and I am like, can I have the name for the whole hunt? And I'm like, and they're like, and they got so, and they hung up. I'm like, oh no!
Oh
I wanted to
no.
cry.
Oh.
And yet, Ash, that is exactly what the reaction of the town to me coming out and saying exactly who and what I am was.
Yeah. Like what the hell?
I like your boobs.
What?
Was literally that.
Yeah. He lived here. I don't know if you know that.
I did not because it must have happened
No, he didn't live here.
before I found.
He worked at Snow Casino when it first opened. He and Warren
Oh,
owned
okay.
Snow Casino. He is actually the reason Warren started working at the casino here.
Okay.
So he is familiar with this redneck conservative ass little town.
I got asked to work at the casino.
What did they want you to do?
Those cocktail ladies that walk around in like those skinny outfits, and
They offered you one of the. Nice!
I'm not taking it.
No, it's a fucking bitch ass job and you're on your feet constantly, but that's pretty fucking awesome.
Mhm.
I love it. That's kick
Alright.
ass.
I
Yep.
gotta get off because I gotta
We're out.
start breaking myself down.
Yeah, I gotta. My
Yeah,
sister's
she's
having.
got her family saying, "Are you coming home sometime tonight?"
My sister is having a panic attack.
No, I
Probably
am
not.
I'm kidnapping her. I gotta be careful saying
Actually,
that on Facebook.
yes, you do. I mean,
Oh my god.
you've been cordially procured for the night.
Yep.
Well,
All
you
right.
know the
Well, thank
animals.
you for having me on.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you for coming and joining us. Oh yeah, the animals love her. Oh wait, my
Oh,
animals love
good.
me.
I wonder what their reaction would be when it comes to what we've been discussing off and on.
They are going to be ungodly happy to see you again. Oh, we will. Trust me. You're following us on the page, so I'm going to invite you into the group so you can join the group chats. Not the staff chat, but the group chats. I'm talking to him. So
Yes.
we will see everybody. Let's see, it's
Next
Thursday.
time.
Yep.
Yes.
Tomorrow is tomorrow and tomorrow and
Friday.
tomorrow. I love that fucking poem. Tomorrow is guided meditation. As I said earlier tonight, or earlier today when I did my live, tomorrow is a very significant day for a spoony friend. Therefore, I am going to be picking a meditation aimed at her, for her, and everyone is welcome to join because, of course, it will be general enough. So that will be Friday. Saturday at, I swear to God, it's 2. It is 2. Yep, tomorrow's Friday. Saturday at 2, we are doing a live yoga class. Providing I remember to, run through the class tomorrow during the day, I will do that. Then we start all over again on Monday doing the daily draws. Thursday, podcast. Friday, meditation. Same shit, different week. We will see you guys all tomorrow then. I love you all, Vanna. It has been a fantabulous time chit-chatting with you. I love it whenever we get together. Can't wait till
I
you
know,
come
right?
home.
I
I
know.
can't wait till you come home, even if it's just for a fucking visit. So,
Right.
we love you. See you all tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon. Love ya.
See you tomorrow. Love
Bye.
ya. Bye.